Hey friends, it's Troy, your hourly flipper. Hope things are going well for you. Got a little bit of a different video. I went to an estate sale for someone who had a life well lived. And I want to show you the variety of things that I got at the sale, the stories that I know behind it, and the enjoyment of getting to share in someone's life through their estate sale. I'm sitting here on the stairs of my actual house. I want to show you the first thing to just give you a feel of some of the caliber of what we're going to be looking at. This is a Japanese puzzle box. There are no hinges, no any indications that it is a box, but when I saw it, I knew what it was. And how you open it starts with simply sliding that. So that's not so interesting. But that then allows you to move other things around and open it up. At the sale, what I was able to see is it was a box, and when I shook it, it had something in it. Can you hear that? All right, let's look in it, and I'll tell you one way I knew he had an amazing life. These were what were in it. Concert tickets. They were stubs for at least 32 Grateful Dead shows, ranging from the 70s on through to the 90s, and ranging all over the Eastern U.S. I share that because it was in a hidden spot in his house. It was his treasure. And I thought that was touchy-feely. But those, interesting enough, those are of value. Just now, he had a couple of other things in there too. These are arrowheads, real arrowheads. And that was in there. They're of significance as well. Let's go out to the garage and I'll show you the other things to whet your appetite for what you're about to see. These are, you would think, oh gosh, they're just Sony cassettes or whatever. These are actually, DAT tapes. It's old technology that allowed for a lot more information to be recorded on it. I'm going to share with you from his DAT tape collection that he made himself what's on them. So let's go out to the garage. Welcome to the garage. Let me point out a few things for you. All of that is stuff from this sale. Also, these books are familiar, of course, to you if you've watched the other videos. These slide things are brand new. Slide things as in slide carousels. They're only worthwhile to let you know for reselling if there are multiples of them. Like there's 10 back there, and that makes them around $6 a piece. But they're so easy to list, one picture and then, one description. That's worth it, okay? Let me show you some of the things, again, of the life we live. You go through the kitchen, to see if there's any interesting mugs or whatever. This is a vintage 1990 Grateful Dead mug that is so worth it. In his wood shop, he was a woodworker too. There's a collection of those clamps. Those clamps, the wooden ones that you saw, they're a little bit heavy. So consider before you buy them if you want to mess with them. They're worth it to me, and those are definitely for sale. Here's another unique thing. That's a picture of the Matterhorn, and it's set up as a souvenir. Super amazing. Here's something else about his life well lived. There were different rooms in the house that were the kids' rooms as he raised his family. And in the kids' rooms were some of the things from their early childhood, not young, but like high school years, that the kids themselves didn't want and were included in the sale. The daughter in her room was a sports fanatic. All kinds of those unique trophies, but what I was most interested in were the accessories of her biking. These are specific kind of shorts that are padded They're for competitive biking. There's clothing for, the competitive biking. Some more shorts. There was something specifically I wanted to show you because G's connected to the biking. And it's the little accessories. These help keep your feet in the pedals as you're pedaling like crazy, and they have value. That's awesome. The son said that he had the opportunity to go to Germany for a few years. So there were lots. I bet that's where the Matterhorn thing came from. Let me show you down here slides and the DAT tapes that I mentioned. Let me pull this out. Jerry Garcia, he audio recorded his exploits and took pictures of them that became slides. So sitting on an archive on lots of the Grateful Dead shows from around the Eastern U.S. Now here's the problem connected to eBay. You can't really sell bootleg copies on the platform. So I've got to figure out where those are. But let's say those have no value connected to themselves. Okay, if they don't have amazing collector value. Each of them simply sold as, pre-owned DAT tapes that aren't made anymore but hold a real lot of data. Those are about $2 a piece. And I have maybe, 300. So that's pretty great. To follow along on that, he had a DAT recorder. And that is something that they don't make anymore. That in itself is, an $80 to $120 item. And he had his own interests that he followed. Of course, the Dead, but also the technology to follow. Speaking of the Dead and going back to the biker, here are some Grateful Dead biking shorts. Awesome. There was a little box, and all it said were Holy Land relics. So these are mosaics from the Holy Land, pieces of pottery that he collected when he was on excavations, that kind of thing. So it's super, super awesome. Going back to the slides, that is a Kodachrome negative bag that you used to have your film in. They don't make those anymore. Here are some headphones that from back in the day. If you're of my age, you remember these headphones were the ones when you had your hearing tested, and you would put those over and they would play the different tones in different ears. They're similar to the headphones that they use for the same purposes now, but that color and that name, that's what makes that so awesome. The 2008 Olympics. That's pretty cool. We're looking down to see the guy was also a reader, particularly, through the 70s and the 80s, and also an author. There were some books of interest of his. Visions of Darkness, the masterpieces of Edgar Allan Poe. All of those, just time and time again, they're interesting things, and they are of value because there were some interest in locks in time. He was a backpacker, this son was. So this is a name brand, older backpack. This is an Alp external frame backpack for the really big hikers back in the day. Here was something that it took me a little bit to actually figure out what it was. Do you see that? Let me shift the camera around and show you what it is. It is a glove for archery. And when I looked at it, it showed that it was an archery glove. But actually, I wonder if that's a thing for like kickboxing and sparring and all that. That makes a little more sense. But it is of value. So that is cool. And Catbird is a name brand for some things out of New York City. And there's some cards, another card. Little things just that you wouldn't expect a Harley Davidson flashlight. All of those pointed to his activities in life, that he loved his interests, not just collecting things, but they were to enhance he and his family's opportunities for experiences. And it is rare when you go to an estate sale and you leave it finding yourself better for going. And that's the way I felt with this last week's estate sale. Have you had an experience like that? Have you gone and thought, I really like the vibe that this person was laying down and the things he left behind? Let me know if you have. Put that down in the comments. This has been a little heavier of an episode than usual. So what I'm going to do here at the end is just put a bonus Goodwill trip. I'm going to hop in the car right now, and you're going to see me go into Goodwill for a trip to see if anything is there that I could add to this haul. Have a good rest of the day. Hey, howdy, hey. What I've got is I am going into Goodwill and thought that I would just record myself and give you a bonus little trip. This is going to be unedited, so you're going to see me doing the whole Goodwill visit. I predict 10 minutes. Let's see how it goes. All right, I'm here at the front. They have started moving things around, and I don't know if I like it or not. But the first thing now is that DVDs are right here. Dead Girl. I wonder if that is a spooky, scary one. Let's see. Dead Calm. Wonder if it Bloodlines. Wonder if that and Abandon. Wonder if that is scary. We definitely do have some spooky, scary films. So I'm going to check that out. And look how scary that one is. Here is the biggest hassle of this setup. There's a whole nother row. Do you like Hitchcock? Never heard that. Horrorland? Is that the name? Murderland? Borderland. Spooky, scary. Jekyll and Hyde. Oh, but also Stephen Wright. Is Noel Christmas or horror? Christmas. 13 seconds. Alright, so I told you that it's King of the Hammers. I don't even know what that is, but we are gonna... I said that I was not gonna edit it at all, but I am gonna have to look up these to see if they are worth anything. So the Gray Man movie is not a good movie, but I don't know if that's the one. Wicker Park, is that scary? Look how scary that is. Oh, Damo the Omen 2. The Woods Have Eyes. Not to be confused with, is Down in the Valley scary? No. Alright, so I've got a good little stack of interesting movies. They're $2.59, so they're going to have to be worth something, but they're worth checking. Okay, so you're going to not see great. Yeah, okay, now what I do then is come by looking at the movies. What are these called? Games. I tell you, I'm flabbergasted. So there is a Melissa and Doug thing. I'm going to come back and look at that, because Melissa and Doug things usually sell well, and that was at a price point. Oh, and there's a Carmen Sandiego thing. We're going to see if that's something. But again, I'm so flabbergasted about all of these horror movies. I look right there for any Texas Instrument. Thingamabobbers. Then I come to the books. Look at all those stacks of books. I wonder if there's scary books. All right. Hear all that. Let's go through the books, and then we'll go through everything together. If you're a longtime viewer, you will see that a lot of these books are ones that I have given here. So don't be surprised. And to be honest, there was a series of 4 books that I got at a sale once, and I unfortunately gave one of those books here to Goodwill, and I had to come back and buy that book because the set. Well, you know that phrase about the best laid plans of mice and men? I was gonna do a continuous recording through there, and sure enough, somebody came up to me. When you go someplace about every day, you make friends, and they came and wanted to talk, so I got to talking to them. I went through the movies as I was talking to them, and so I've got that stack of like 30 movies. This one is worth $20, and this one is worth $20. All of the other ones were mass-produced. I hadn't heard of them, but they were still worth putting back, I guess. While I was standing there talking, though, I scanned books, and here is a book about timber construction. And that book is a $40 book. It is not in the best condition. What I'm going to do is list it for $25. It was $3.50, and sell it this week. I was in there. This is, so do you count talking to somebody as like my work time? Because I caught up on all the gossip and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to say no. My total time in there was about 10 minutes. So 20, 40, and then in 25, 65. It'll take, let's say, 45 minutes to do everything connected to those. That's like, that would be like $80 an hour. That's pretty good. And I got it to catch up with a friend. So not bad. This again was just a bonus on the top of my recap of a most amazing estate sale that I went to. And so have a good bonus day.